Welcome back, everybody. We hope that we had a really good time at the workshops and that you managed to learn lots of new things and have now lots of new ideas on how to implement that into your own organizations. We'd like to hear from you about your experiences, what you've learned, and what to do next. So just go to this Mentimeter. It's www.ment.com, and then use the code 3527. You can see it there now to add your insights. And while you do it, I'd like to provide you some of the numbers that we've been collecting today about this event that we are together just now. It's been such an exciting event with more than 264 people registered. This is our record. It's much higher than our expectations initially. So well done, everybody on stage and out stage for getting so many people joining us today. And thank you for joining as well. Another really interesting thing is that we managed to get an extremely high retention rate for online events, especially considering that we started at 9 in the morning and we are up until now altogether 80% there. More than 170 people participating in the workshops, and we were joining here and there to see how it was going. So it was exciting to see lots of action and lots of conversations and questions there as well. And we could also see that you took advantage of the networking feature of Hopping, and then we managed to connect 128 people in there. Wow, that sounds extremely interesting. So I think it was a good idea with Hopping.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it worked well in the end.
Proclaim the day a success. Thank you to you for making it such a success today. So it's been really a wonderful day.
Yes, let's have a look now into the Mentimeter to see how it looks like. So we basically had 3 main questions for you in there. And the first question was a prioritization of the 6 different focus areas across time. So we can see how it looks there now. It's very small for me, so I'm just gonna open my phone to be able to follow that together view. But basically what you can see there is that we have 2 axes: a time when each and every strategy should be implemented in your own organizations. And then in the other axis, we have the business impact. And what we can basically see there, wow, it's quite of a consistency. Almost all of the dots are placed in the same position, which meaning the medium term having a medium impact in your business as well. That's quite of an interesting result that we can see here. Yeah. Then moving towards the next question that we had to you. This is about what to do next. Sounds interesting. You've got lots of ideas, but then what to do? And we have a number of different comments here. So we can see, we can start reading the workbooks and spread love. Yes, let's do that. We can analyze a case. That's often a good idea to understand what to do and how to move forward as well. It was the first time. I learned a lot. Great to hear. Now we can start planning the transition for a circular economy. We can establish defining targets for the products we are developing. We can collaborate more. Yes, that's often a good idea. It starts small by advancing products details, following long-term plans, and so on and so forth. Great to see that you have so many different ideas in there on how to move forward. And then we also had a final question to you, and that is basically the biggest takeaways from the day today in a word cloud. So let's see, the 2 most recurrent words that we had in here. Julia, if you could just move to the next one. That is interesting and pragmatic. That's interesting.
Wow.
Good to hear that you found the tools that we developed really applicable to companies. That was from day one of the first requirements that we had to not only develop scientific results, but also to make them applicable for companies. So it's really interesting to see it there. Let me see. Any other words? We have inspiring, creativity, organizational maturity. We need to accelerate. Collaboration is needed. We need commitment. It's about new opportunities, business models, product design, tools, thoughtful, engaging, digitalization, enriching.
It seems we've made you think today, which is our plan as well. And you've also had fun.
And plan just entered as well.
Plan has been upvoted, yeah. So it's wonderful. Excellent.
Yes, thank you everybody for joining. We also learned a lot today, and we are looking forward to seeing what's next, Tim.
Yeah. So thanks, Daniela. And thank you all again for really joining with such a great passion and engagement, and such a high retention rate on a web meeting is I've never experienced it before. So well done to you for staying with us for such a long time. What I'd like to do in this closing phase is to welcome our sponsors back for the project. So Kirsti and Marta from respectively Nordforsk and Nordic Innovation are going to help us to make a reflection on what we have seen today. Maybe a little bit of reflection from you first, Marta and Kirsti, and then share with us what is the vision for circular economy going forward. You have a vision for 2030, and we'd really like to hear your reflections on that. And Kirsti, it's really great to see you here together with Marta. So it's worked this far. So over to you guys.
Yes. Do you want to start?
There we go. There we go.
Perhaps if I start, I think that the testimonials from the companies who've participated really show that you have managed to link circular economy in a really holistic way in this project, where you have so many of the different focus areas that you have to work on when you work with circular economy in a company. It's just to change your business model. It's not really easy, but you see the whole sustainability screening, the digital tools and everything. So that is really, and I think that what the companies say about the way that they've participated and how much help they got from the work packet or the focus area leaders is really a great need. But it also shows that there is a need still for helping companies making the transition. And where we need both research and innovation for doing this. And also, if we go to the next slide and we look at our, or do you want to guess? Why don't you give us some reflections?
Yeah, how about you, Kirsti? What's maybe from a research perspective, what do you see? Today we focus much on the tools and the hands-on tools, but it's based upon science-based research that we've done. The tools are science-based. Could you give us a reflection, maybe, and then maybe as a segue over to the vision for the Nordic region for circularity?
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to join finally the session.
Great to see you.
Never too late. First of all, I must say that I find it highly relevant, your results for the other initiatives funded by Nordforsk. We have 3 different programs where I can clearly see an added value if they can get your message and somehow develop their academia industry cooperation, using your tools, using your guidelines. This is definitely something we should promote in Nordforsk. Then also, I didn't participate in the morning session, unfortunately, and I must repeat that the whole Green Growth Program, the Nordic Green Growth Program, it's about cooperation between the funding institutions in the Nordic Center in Oslo. that was the first step to make it possible that these 6 projects were funded. That was very important step over the borders of the different sectors. I'm very happy, and more than that, I'm happy to see that CIRCit is really fulfilling those expectations we had in the beginning of the program. So you have done a great job to create a really strong networks in Nordic countries between industry and academia.
Thank you, Kirsti.
And then if I may continue with that vision thing, first of all, the whole program has it's not an industry, it's not only an enterprise program, it's for all the sectors of the society. So private and public sectors, both of them. And I can see the role of the public sector as such that there are lots of good thinking in the industry side, but there are regulations, laws which are limiting to make those things happen in the reality. And therefore, it's important to have all those dimensions of sustainable development so that industry, the private sector and public sector can smoothly cooperate.
Wonderful. Thanks, Kirsti. And in terms of your vision for Nordforsk and Nordic innovation and the region generally, basically, would you like to say some words about those?
Yeah, if I can continue, well, it's a very ambitious vision by the Nordic Council of Ministries. So our 3 institutions here in Oslo are all under the Nordic Council of Ministries, and we are implementing those. And now I'm happy to see that CIRCit is actually doing already this, making happen the Nordic vision. And also what I can see from your results, that you need a lot of things to do to make circular economy happen. And then it means that the Nordic Council of Ministries, the national authorities have a lot of things to do if they want to materialize the vision. There are different types of activities which are still only in the beginning. And we should make them happen at the national level, at the regional level, at the industry level. Enterprise.
Absolutely, and perhaps if I can just add to that, because the ministers for business in the Nordic countries had a meeting on the 1st of September, and they adopted these different kinds of strategies or plans that we should work on. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
and
we can hear both of
you. We can hear you too. Yeah.
Okay. And so one of the main goals was a waste-free Nordic region where circular business models and waste-free building and construction industry, as well as a mining industry, are very important sectors and focus areas going forward. And perhaps if I can only say a few words, if you move on to the next slide, you will see that we are already now doing Nordic Sustainable Business Transformation at Nordic Innovation, where we have actually taken a lot of the learnings from the CIRCit project along the way with us when implementing this program. We had a call for proposals where we have very interesting projects. I think you might say something about that afterwards. And then we have also another project on manufacturing, implementing the circular business model in the manufacturing industry, where we actually have ongoing workshops now as well. So that adds on to the 70 companies that CIRCit has in their program. We have another 70 companies in the Nordics now, who are, of course, then the Nordic frontrunners for circular economy in the Nordics. So that is really a great thing. We also have this Nordic Circular Hotspot project, where the aim is kind of to have one place where you can gather all the circular economy knowledge and stakeholders in the Nordics all together. It's a kind of in the pilot stage and they're finding their way. But I really think that CIRCit, it would be such a valuable project for that. Yes. Yeah. And then we hope that we will be able to continue that project. And I think that the tools for CIRCit will be really valuable for that project as well. So we are taking CIRCit on board, and we will continue when we work with circular economy business models and also in the construction industry. We'll really continue to have this. And then the follow-up, we will continue working on the circular economy from the Nordic research and innovation organizations. And we really look forward to following you on this next steps that you will take from the CIRCit team. And thank you very much for doing such a wonderful project.
Super, thank you to both Kirsti and Marta. But actually, one of the things we'd like to continue the presentation from Kirsti and Marta on is actually something we said we had a small surprise for you. And we're actually borrowing the Skylab today, which is the Students' Innovation House. And this is where Christine is one of the important members of staff here. But she's not just an important member of staff here, she also has some news for us. So Christine, what do you have up your sleeve?
I sure do. I've been looking forward to this sharing with you. Let me see if we can get the slides there. So we were lucky to receive funding from Nordic Innovation on this project called Catalyst. And that's a way for us to continue all the great efforts that you've done from the research project CIRCit. And the name is Catalyst, and it's youth change makers as catalyst for a transition to a sustainable circular economy. So as Tim just mentioned, we're here in the DTU Skylab, which is a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. So we want to engage as many students and young professionals as we can to support the transition that you're undergoing now. So the partners that we have in the project is NTNU with the Engage Center, and KTH with their Circular Economy Center, and then DTU with Skylab with Tim and Daniela. So we're very excited to get started soon. And we're actually having we're looking to opening up the core project team to include members from Finland and Iceland. So if you want to be a part of the project, we're actually still able to invite a key message now. And another message is, let me just see if I can get it here. Yeah, let's just end up with celebration, right? That's what we do here. If you can't get the physical celebration there, that's how we do. So let me see here. So for everyone in the audience, if you're a company or an organization and you've been inspired by what's been going on in the CIRCit project, we want to invite you in to be a part of this project. So we're seeking a lot of industrial partners to be part of this, to be boosted with the students. So we have a lot of work packages under this project, but I think I will save the detail and just highlight that it's not the end, it's another big to continue the efforts. And you can contact me here and we'll get you on board. So that's another way to continue collaborating with Tim and Daniela and other research groups out there from all the Nordic countries.
Everybody else, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Christine. I just need to check with the backstage. Did we manage to extend this session by a little bit? Yeah. We did. Perfect. Because Christine, while you have the word, we're actually borrowing your house here. This is where you live, at least in the work hours. Why don't you just take us just for a very, very brief minute or two backstage so that everybody that you out there can see what's been going on behind the scenes, and maybe just name and, not name and shame, but name and thank the people that we see on our journey, and just give us a little show of the of where we are in the Skylab.
I would love to. I'm just trying to see if I can flip it here.
Otherwise, you'll have to walk backwards.
That's okay. I'll just turn it around here. No, did we flip it before? Can you? No, just go like that. Ah, okay. Hello, everyone. So what I will just show you here, moving a little bit away from the stage, this is where we've been all day in this fantastic big auditorium where we have a lot of teaching as well. And if we move over here, we have William We have Julia. You've been in contact with Julia a lot, also in the sessions. We have a lot of the equipment here. And here behind the camera and doing a lot of stuff is Lasse. And let me see here. Outside is a big facility we have here. We have the whole crew. We have Marina, we have Maria, Ja, and Frederick. Emil is somewhere. Margarita is up there. We have a lot of people engaged in this project. Some of them are not in the house. It's been a really strong collaboration.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Christina, for that show around the house. And of course, we're only one of the partners here on the CIRCit project. So if we go back to the slides, we can actually see who else has been on the project, because everybody, we're just 1/5 of the whole effort behind the CIRCit program. So if we basically go to the next slide, we can see that this is, you could say, it's a snapshot, and this snapshot was taken in Oslo about a year and a half ago at one of our annual meetings. And there's some faces who are now haven't been behind the camera, but they've been in the audience today. So we'd love to say hello to you guys who earlier have been on the CIRCit project, but have come out into other activities, other projects, other places of work. We've been many people working on CIRCit. So the people you saw in the room here is just a fraction of the guys who've driven the project into the garage. And there's a lot more in the other countries, and there's a lot more being on the journey along the way. So for our perspective, we'd really love to say an enormous thank you to all of you for your efforts behind the scenes and on the product along the way. And then finally, thank you to every one of you out there in the audience sticking around on an online workshop from 9 o'clock until 16 minutes past 4 our time is quite a feat. You should get a certificate, but we've given you some books instead. But many thanks for coming, and we really wish you the best of luck with your circularity and your transition to circularity. And please keep in touch with us. And many thanks to all of you from all of us. Thank you.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.